think overall the lessons I would share are to learn from yourself, to learn from others, and not to forget to learn from the evidence base of our own discipline and profession.
I think if you want to develop your leadership skills, then I think there are a number of things you can do. You can read all the stuff you like, and I think that's a useful academic backdrop. But I think you learn a lot from watching what other people do and actually copying what they do, but doing it in your own way. Now, you can call that stealing, you can call that synthesis or copying or being a chameleon or anything you like, but I think you learn a great deal from how other people lead and the skills that they display. I think you have to develop your own style. You can't just be a copy of the last person you worked for. So you have to bring something of yourself to it.
Everyone's leadership style should be different. Take from others what suits you. Don't rigidly try and follow somebody else, but just take from everybody you see what you see and you think is good. Borrow that. If you see things which are bad, don't borrow that, but learn from it. An awful lot of mistakes are made, and I think as long as you learn from mistakes, that's no problem at all, but I'd say just have the courage to be yourself.
Another good way to develop leadership skills is to learn from the behaviour of others. If you find someone, either at work or in your personal life, that you really admire, observe what they're doing and then try to emulate their good practice. For example, if you see someone coping with a difficult situation with diplomacy rather than aggression, then remember that and try to use it yourself. But on the other hand, if you see someone using aggression where diplomacy would have had a better outcome, remember that and make sure that you don't do it.
I think when people are working in any organisation and they look around them and they see people that inspire them as leaders, I'd always advise people to go and ask those people, can I come and shadow you for the day? Can I come and sit down and have a cup of coffee? Understand what you think about the organisation, what's important to you, to them as an individual, and to get some of that two-way conversation going about what makes them tick, what makes you tick, and to get a real feeling and sense of, I suppose, personal development and growth in terms of having those sorts of conversations.
I think it's really important to learn from others, and that sounds, so straightforward, and it's so very difficult. But there's something about doing it consciously. So get yourself into a board meeting, sit in the audience, just watch how people there conduct themselves, the chair, people who are making a key point, people who are perhaps raising a point that they are seeking to have something really examined in much more depth. So look at how people behave, watch people's behaviour, listen to the decisions that are actually made in a meeting, and see if you can trace back who spoke on this, who wrote the paper on this, how are they actually influencing decision making in that organisation.